Hello everyone and welcome to the Rock Valley Critics. Today we're going to be reviewing The Accountant. We're going to start with a general overview of what we thought and then go into a little bit more of a breakdown discussion. I'm Aaron Hill.
I'm Nathan Talon.
So let's get started.
So overall, I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. It's not Oscar-worthy at all. There's some majorly cliche moments, but I enjoyed my time. They marketed it a little weird. They made it seem like it was an all-out action movie, and kind of it's like a slow burn for like half of the movie, and then it jumps into the action. But it's kind of like an interesting character study for the first half, and then it jumps into an action movie, which is a little weird. But overall, I think it's worth a watch if you were intrigued by the previews. But if not, then you might as well just skip it.
I was pretty bored throughout this movie, which isn't the great thing you want to hear. But it wasn't for me. So we're going to go into a deeper discussion now. Goodbye, half of you. A lot of it was good, but I think it just falls apart for me at the premise. I thought like acting overall was pretty good, but I thought some of the characters were very stereotypical.
Yeah, the premise was fine for me because I thought it was like everyone's gonna be like, oh, an accountant had to write this movie because they want to make him look cool. But it was kind of just a front for everything because he's good with numbers, I think.
I thought Ben Affleck did fine. I didn't think he was overacting.
I thought he was really good.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty well. It made me excited for solo Batman films.
Yeah, he's starting to become an action star.
He's a really competent action star.
All the acting was pretty good. Some of the characters just didn't get as fleshed out as other ones because like it's kind of weird because there's like 3 stories going on at once. There's like the hitman dude, Ben Affleck's character, and then the government. The hitman dude kind of gets less character development. The government actually gets a lot, which I was surprised of because like I thought it was just going to be like, hey, they're tracking down Ben Affleck's character.
The big thing that got me bored was every scene between Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick. They played it as they 2 very awkward human beings that were trying to socialize with each other, and usually I love that awkward kind of humor, but for this it felt like they were stringing along too much.
Yeah, but see, I'm not like the biggest Anna Kendrick fan, and I still thought she was all right. Like, her character doesn't really do much.
No.
But they do kind of have some romance. Like, they're trying to force this, like, relationship between them. I was like, man, that's pretty weird.
She comes off as what she's been casted as recently, is like that 20-year-old fresh out of college. That's how she reads. And Ben Affleck does not read like that, and to put them together, it didn't feel right. The action sequences were pretty good. What was there was really good, but it felt like it was always building and then never reached the big moment you were waiting for.
I like the action a lot. There's only one action scene that I was kind of like, okay, and it was the one on the farm or whatever. Like, it just kind of went on just to show, yeah, look at what Ben Affleck's character can do. But I liked when, because there's like a scene where they're breaking into Anna Kendrick's apartment, and I like that a lot. I like the resolution to it. I like how awkward Ben Affleck's character is in the scene. I don't know, I like the action in this a lot, especially like you say how it doesn't really build up to anything, and that kind of happened in the final like resolution of this whole thing. But I thought how it ended, like the whole resolution to the whole third act, I thought the final fight scene ended great. Yeah. It was a nice touch to it, I think.
My biggest problem with this movie is it doesn't feel like it knows what it wants to be. The first half of the movie almost feels like, it feels like a character study into The Accountant. There are parts of it that feels like it's trying to be a comedy. There are parts of it that feel like it's trying to be an action movie. Some of it's drama, and it's good to have elements, but it almost felt like I watched 5 very short films with an overarching theme or storyline instead of one movie.
It was kind of portrayed as this action movie, but it's more focused on the character of the accountant than anything, which I mean the title suggests it, but the marketing didn't.
I thought audio work was really good. That was the big takeaway for me, is I really liked the sound design of the film. I wasn't ready for like any child acting. Nonetheless, as much as we had, they were all really good. And I think they could have a future in this business.
Yeah. As soon as we started getting flashbacks, I was like, I could care less about this. I couldn't care less. But like, I don't know, it was portrayed in a way that I was like, what an awful life that's going on behind the scenes. And you kind of understand where his character's coming from.
I'm gonna give it 2.5 out of 5. It was very disorganized in my mind. It didn't really come together well. I liked a lot of aspects of it, but the final product, the premise of it, I just don't think it doesn't work for me.
It just is not exactly what I thought it would be, but I wasn't necessarily disappointed by that. I was just like, okay, this is different than what I thought. It was definitely dragging on for the first half of it, and that kind of dragged it down a little bit for me. But as soon as it picked up, I was invested in the character enough that I cared about what was going to happen next. I'm still a little disappointed because I thought it was going to be a great movie because I'm a big Ben Affleck fan. So it pains me to say this, but I'll probably just give it a 3 out of 5. Nothing too special about this one.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. I think there's only one way to sign this one off.
Goodbye forever.
Bye.